Hi everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading, which I'm making specifically for ADHD business owners. I am one myself, so I know how hard it can be to be self-employed on a day-to-day basis when we have challenges with things like executive functioning, focus, motivation, struggling with ADHD, burnout, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to make us a pick a card video to get some guidance. What can help us right now? What can help us to move forward at this time, especially if you've been having a difficult time, if you've been struggling with consistency, if you've been in burnout, if you have been thinking about quitting, that kind of thing as well. So we have 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So what you do is look at the 3 piles and then choose which pile is for you. Normally it's the pile that kind of immediately grabbed you that you go for. You can listen to the guidance for more than one pile if you want, but generally it's easier just to pick one. And you go to the timestamp in the description to listen to your guidance. So I'll put it in there, the timestamps for pile 1, 2, and 3. You can use the crystals to help you choose as well. We've got Bumblebee, Jasper, Rose Quartz, and we've got another quartz there as well. So choose your pile. I'm going to be using 5 different decks in each reading. We're going to be using my deck, the Business Oracle for Female Entrepreneurs, another business deck called Sacred Creators Oracle, a Soul Coaching Oracle, a Money Oracle, and finally a Self-Care Oracle. If you like these pick a card videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and to comment below if it resonated. I would love to hear your feedback. So go to the description, click on the timestamp for your pile, and let's get started. Okay, so hello, if you have chosen pile 1, let's get into your guidance. You might have been drawn by the Bumblebee, Jasper, or the purple of the card. So let's see what comes out for you and what can help you right now in your ADHD business journey. Okay, so first of all, we're going to use my deck, the Business Oracle for Female Entrepreneurs. I made this deck for women to help them to focus in business, to avoid overwhelm and burnout, and to stay motivated. With the deck, you can use it to pull yourself a daily card. You can use it to do more in-depth readings. I'll put the link below in the description box. But I designed it to be like a business coach in your pocket, just to support you, when things might get difficult, to give you a focus for the day, to just help you to know what to focus on when. So we're going to get 3 cards from this deck. Okay, so first of all, we have got Facebook. So with my cards, they normally have a few different meanings. You can find the guidance on the back just to make it easy for you to know what the card is about. But when we get the Facebook card, normally this is giving you guidance to use Facebook more in your business. This could be to be in some different business groups and post about your business in the promotional threads. So it's a case of looking to see which business groups suit your business and just being consistent in posting about your business so people can get to know you as well. This can also be about starting your own Facebook group for your business, just to build a community. This could even mean you could use your personal profile as a business profile. It's sometimes frowned upon, but it's a really good way to connect with new people and to quickly build up an online profile with Facebook, because sometimes groups can be slow to grow and the engagement right now seems to be pretty low unless you already have a big group. So it could be that you start posting about your business on your personal profile if that's something that you want to do. There might also be a little self-care message here as well, maybe about just spending less time on Facebook if you're on it a lot, for personal reasons, or it's making you look at other people's lives, and do the comparison thing. Social media is really bad for that. So it could be a case of just scaling back like what you're seeing on Facebook personally and using it more for business as well. Then we got a self-care card. We have got unplug. So pile one, if you're seeing this, your guides are saying it's a really good idea right now to take time away from social media. So just what I was talking about, and reduce your screen time. How often are we immediately going on our phones when we wake up and we're scrolling before bed? You know, how much time are we spending on the phone during the day without even realizing it, just scrolling on TikTok, on Instagram, all those kind of things. So it's about being intentional with how much time you're online, really noticing how much time you're spending, maybe giving yourself time limits for how long you're on different platforms. Just posting on platforms and really reducing the time you spend scrolling on other people's stuff, because it can really get in our heads, the imposter syndrome. We end up consuming lots of content instead of creating it, and you might want to create more. Some things you can do to help with this is plug your phone in a different room overnight so you're not tempted to be on it last thing at night or first thing in the morning. Put limits on the apps on your phone so you're literally stopped from using it. It's not just your phone this is talking about. We've got a TV controller there. You might be watching something like too much Netflix, that kind of thing, and it's taking you away from your business. So can you be aware of that as well? And your laptop screen, obviously. So yes, this is just a sign to just be very aware of how much time you're online, how it's making you feel, if you are getting comparisonitis or imposter syndrome because of it. So that's just one thing to be aware of right now. I think we all know that we need to unplug and spend more time, like, not on screens. And then finally we have YouTube. So this is kind of making me laugh because we've got unplug in the middle and we've got two social media profiles around the side of it. But if you are using this for business, then I don't see that as a bad thing. YouTube is great because we can learn a lot from YouTube. We can learn how to do things quite quickly in video format. So I feel like if you are, especially if you're new to business, if you want to learn new things, then YouTube is a good thing. But again, just be very careful about how long you're spending on there. It's easy to lose hours on YouTube. I watch a lot of other readers, card readers on there, and it's really easy to just be taken on everybody else's guidance and kind of not motivated to create your own content. So I've had to be very aware of how much time I'm spending on YouTube. So you can watch YouTube for business growth, to find out how to do things. This card as well is also talking about maybe setting up your own YouTube channel at this time, starting off with really inexpensive equipment, even watching YouTube for tips on how to set up your own channel, watching creators and content that are going to keep you motivated in business, help you to keep going, help you to stay positive and inspired as well. So it's really interesting to me that we've got Unplug and these platforms around. It's kind of making me laugh a little bit, but I feel like the message here might be just to really be very aware and intentional on what you're doing on socials. Are you using it for business? Are you creating content that people can benefit from, or are you just kind of consuming lots and doom scrolling? And I feel like the message is to focus on the business side of it, definitely, and not get pulled into the constant scrolling. Okay, so we're going to get some more cards. We'll go into the Sacred Creators Oracle, which is another business deck that I like to use. The first one is a really lovely little message from the universe. You are epic. Okay, don't forget how unique and individual you are, how great you are at what you do, because it's so easy to forget that, especially if things are quiet in business. We can get really down on ourselves. We can get really unmotivated, beat ourselves up a lot, but we're getting a message here just to remind you how epic you are, how amazing you are for you know, doing things differently, for taking this business path. It's not an easy path to take, but I really believe that it's the path that's going to teach us the most about ourselves, help us to grow the most in a spiritual sense as well. So this card is all about leadership. It's about being a warrior, which you probably are, especially if you've decided to go into business and you're neurodivergent, which is a great thing for us to do. I think it works for our brain, but it, as I said, it is challenging. It's about being passionate. It's about wanting to help other people as well. So the current message of this card is talking about your stamina and hard work paying off. You could have been going through a chaotic period, but you're being called to bring order from any chaos that you've been experiencing. It's time to step into your leadership role because you're ready to handle it, pile one, okay? It's important to be strategic, to have a plan as you move forward, but know that you're being supported right now by the universe, by your guides. So right now, it's really important to trust in the foundation that you're building. Yeah, you might have been thrown off that recently. Yeah, you might have been in a really difficult period, but you can come out of this chaos and build something truly amazing, okay? You might have felt very lonely and isolated and really got pulled into doubt, frustration, or fear. But now is the time to really dig in with determination and head into a new phase of prosperity. Okay, this is the message for you, especially if things haven't been going well. This is the turning point. You just have to believe in yourself, okay? Journal question of this card is, what do you need to let go of to open the gates to your epic life? Doubt, fear, or shame? Often if you're trying to do something different, there could be a lot of doubt going on. There could be a lot of fear. You could be thinking, oh my God, it's really scary to put myself out there doing what I do because I'm worried about, you know, about people not understanding me or people ridiculing me. But now is not the time for those fear and doubts, pile one. It's time to forge ahead. Not give a damn about what other people think, because what you are doing is so needed right now. Our next card is Stop, Drop and Ground. This is a self-care card, which is talking about staying grounded at this time, especially if things have felt chaotic. It's important for you to be in nature. You know, we've got the plant growing up there. I feel like you've been planting seeds over the past few months, maybe not seen a lot bloom, but this is a sign that what you've been planting is going to start blooming really soon. Okay, but it's important that you keep yourself grounded. If you're neurodivergent, you might be highly sensitive as well. So it could be that you've been thrown around by the energies recently, and that could have really thrown you off your stride. So this is definitely about staying grounded. It's about being mindful, finding time in the day for mindfulness, exercise and self-care, giving yourself really nutritious food, pausing, especially if you've been hustling or doing too much, okay? It's really important to bring in this self-care into your daily routine. This can be a mix of exercise and more fun stuff. So yoga, having movie nights, seeing your friends, having a good laugh. Your soul really needs this right now, I feel. Just stopping for a while or doing less can feel a bit scary, but it's really going to help you to reset and realign your goals to, you know, get on this amazing path that you're meant to be following. If you're taking on work that's draining you or sucking your energy, then it's really important to stop doing that, okay? If you're working with clients that are draining you, they're not aligned, you can sack your clients. You don't need to keep doing that. It's not worth it. You deserve to pause, okay? It's not about burying your head in the sand. It's just about being more present in your daily life as well. And it's, you know, I know what it's like with ADHD. We often are just in a loop. Especially when it comes to phones, of just like jumping around different apps and platforms and jumping around different tasks as well in business. Make more time during the day just to, you know, have a tea, to get outside, and just to plan in more fun, you know, seeing friends, spending time with family, you know, like really switching off from work, really making time to unplug. So you're not sat with your family and doing stuff on your phone, you're really present as well. Okay, so next we're going to get some soul coaching cards, see what comes out. Right, we have got communication as our first card, okay? So I feel like this is really tying in to you are epic and that leadership that you're stepping into. And this is all about speaking your truth, stepping up and sharing your message, not being scared of what other people think, like was already mentioned, standing out from the crowd, not being shy, and remembering that you're a natural teacher and people need to hear what you've got to say, okay? There could be things that you want to teach, talk about, that you're worried about getting flack for, you're worried about getting shot down for, but if you're being guided to say these things, people need to hear it, okay? It's time to take a risk and have the courage to speak with clarity. If this is about dark things, mental health, that kind of thing, like that can really help people. So remember that as well. Even if you're scared, speak your truth without fear of being rejected or misunderstood. Okay, when you do that, transformation and healing can occur. So you speaking your truth can really bring about a lot of healing for you, as well as the people that are listening to your words as well. If you speak from your heart, then I really don't think anything can go wrong, as long as you're not like obviously offending people or intentionally trying to offend people, okay? But I definitely feel like it's time to step into this. We've got the social media cards, so using these platforms to really speak out, to get in front of a wider audience, to really be seen and heard at this time, okay? And then we have the card of Sanctuary, which for me is very much a self-care card. Very similar colours to this Stop, Drop and Ground card. Kind of nature colours with the browns as well. So I feel like this is really tied in as well, based on what this card was saying about mindfulness, taking time out just to be very present as well. Sanctuary card is about going within and taking moments for reflection as well during the day. So if that hasn't been happening, if you've just been pulled into chaos from the second that you've been waking up, then it's really important right now for you to carve out these periods of mindfulness if you can. That's when you can really hear yourself. We're so chronically online that we're listening to loads of other people's voices, and often it's really difficult to hear our own. So it might be time just to stop following or like seeing the posts of certain people, you know, really limit that, because it could be that you're just taking on so much information that it's stopping you from hearing your own guidance. Talking about spending time in nature, linking into this card as well. And again, a repeated message of if you've been pushing too hard or struggling to keep going, be still and nurture your internal world, okay? Be very deliberate, be very intentional. It's also talking about a little bit of a time of retreat as well. So it could be that right now, this leadership and speaking out, you might still have a few blocks to work through around that. So it's not about immediately watching this video and then springing into action. You might need a bit more time just to process, especially if you've been going through a hard time and some chaos. And then, you know, stepping out a few days and a few weeks, putting yourself out there, or doing it very slowly, gradually building it up. But it's very much a gentle energy, really, really rooted in self-care there as well. So I feel like that's a really important message. Okay, let's get some money and abundance cards. When you're a divergent, if we have ADHD, money can be a huge issue. We tend to, you know, have difficulties with it in terms of spending too much. I know that that's an issue with me. I find it hard to save. I get it and then I spend it, so it can be a real struggle. We can have a lot of blocks around it. They can be from childhood, things that we heard in childhood, or things that have happened to us as an adult, like, you know, getting into debt, like having these struggles. So let's just see if we can get some guidance from this deck about that. Okay, so we're definitely getting repeated messages. So we have quiet retreat, okay? This is the same message as the Sanctuary card. It's saying about disconnecting from the outer world so you can hear your own voice, your true thoughts, okay? Creating quiet time, which is going to give you more clarity. So this has been this message we've had numerous times. Unplug. This is the 4th time we've had this message, okay? So I feel like your guides, the universe, are definitely saying, you know, you're a leader, you're ready to step out, to share your voice, but there's no issue if you need to take like more time just to really, you know, disconnect from the outside world, really look after yourself and start to hear your own voice again, okay? I feel like that's what this is talking about. So, you know, either maybe even spending a week away from social media or a few days away from socials if you're watching this Pyle 1 at this time, and just giving yourself a lot of headspace, you know. It's a repeated message, so I think it's important to listen to that. The card is showing an angel out in nature, so I feel like nature's really important at this time for you. And then when you've withdrawn and unplugged yourself for a while, you can then start to step out and share your message. Just do little videos, little reels, posts to start off with. You don't need to rush into anything. You might find the information or guidance just drops in. You might wake up with a really good idea for a post. You might get ideas when you're out in nature as well. So just giving yourself that headspace often means that this information will drop in and you're not having to hustle for it. Like go on ChatGPT or do all those things that we often do because we feel like we need to keep churning out content, okay? And next we have the courage to ask for and accept help. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm not the best at accepting help or asking for it. I tend to keep going, trying to figure everything out myself, and then I hit a wall and then remember that I have people around me to support me as well. So it's reminding you that asking for help is a sign of strength, and it's important to accept it as well. So I feel like there are helpful people around you at this time that want to help. I think it's just being open to that, surrendering to that as well, and just stop trying to figure it all out yourself. This can be talking about maybe working with a coach or a mentor, having some sort of business accountability partner where every week you can have a session, you know, talk about what's gone right, what hasn't, get some support, you know, like stop trying to do everything yourself. Often our prayers are answered through other people, and it's talking about really accepting this help at this time. This could be financial support. This could be some sort of benefit that you're entitled to, okay? You might be getting like access to work grant, that kind of thing, or some other type of assistance that's going to help you keep going with business. It's also talking about helping other people as well in return. This can be part of what your job is. You could be helping people daily. I feel like it's connected to the leadership card as well, but it's about having a flow of that as well. It's not just about you helping people all the time and not getting anything in return, because then you're going to burn out. This is about an equal flow of getting help and giving help out too. So I feel like that's a really important message. And then finally, I'm going to get a self-care card. Even though we've had a lot of self-care guidance, let's just get some more, because it's so important for us on this path to really look after ourselves, because it's so easy for us to burn out. Got a lot of repeated messages here. So we've got connect with the earth, okay, which I love because it is going in with the grounding, with the sanctuary as well. So again, nature is represented. I just feel like that's crucial for you at the minute, Pyle 1. Especially if you've been having a hard time. I feel like nature's going to be really, really healing for you right now. Make it a non-negotiable. Be out for that walk, out for that run every day. You might run every other day, or you might not be able to do that. So a walk might, you know, be the main option, but I feel like that's crucial. And maybe try and do that as soon as you wake up. Get out into the fresh air, get that sunlight on the days that it's sunny, and just I do feel like you're going to get the answers through that, and not through keeping going or working like yourself into the ground. Guidance with the card is even take your shoes and socks off and walk barefoot on the grass. Swim outside if you swim in the sea or in a river, like safely, like it's a really good time to do that. Be around flowers and plants. Hiking, going to the beach, going on bike ride, doing gardening, just being grateful for what nature gives us. Trying a new outdoor activity at this time as well, but just trying to get outside for at least 15 minutes a day to enjoy the fresh air and tune into the beauty of nature. It might be that there's a local nature spot that you haven't been to yet that you want to go to. Make time for that over the next couple of weeks, okay? It's crazy that we've had so much on nature in this reading. It's a really big message, and I feel like by doing that, you're gonna be propelled forward, pile one, okay? Sometimes it's the most simple things that we don't even think of doing that have the biggest effect. So yeah, nature. So thanks so much for watching. I really hope that this resonated with you. Please comment below if it resonated. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like the look of my Oracle card deck, there's a link below where you can buy that. You get a free 5-card reading when you buy the deck by email. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi and welcome. If you have chosen pile 2 for your guidance, you might have been drawn in by the colours on the card or the rose quartz crystal here. So I'm just going to put that over here. So let's see what guidance comes out for you if you've chosen pile 2. I'm going to be using 5 Oracle card decks. My deck, the Business Oracle for Female Entrepreneurs, another business deck, Soul Coaching Oracle, Money Abundance deck, and a self-care deck as well, just to get some good all-round business guidance for us today, especially if you're struggling with ADHD symptoms, with mental health. Let's just get some guidance and help to get through that. Okay, so let's get 3 cards from my deck. Okay, so our 3 cards are all in the self-development section of the deck, which doesn't happen that often. So this is telling me that this is very much a time for you to be doing self-development. You might not feel so motivated to be churning out content and putting things out there, but I feel like it's more of a time for you to be learning. So we have got Masterclass to start with. So my Oracle cards generally have a couple of meanings. So, and if you get the deck, the guidance is on the back to make things easy as well. So Masterclass, this is talking about doing a masterclass or some masterclasses at this time to learn new skills. A lot of business owners offer free masterclasses to teach you some things, and then they'll often sell some sort of course at the end of the masterclass. So it might be that you've signed up to some masterclasses. You might not have been able to watch them live, so try and watch the replays if you can. But if in the next few days, few weeks, that you see a masterclass that really appeals to you, then listen to that, be guided by that, and do it, because I feel like it's going to help you to get to the next level of business as well. This is also talking about maybe you doing an online masterclass yourself. You could make the slides in Canva and then do the masterclass on Zoom. This is a really good way to promote or sell something like a course, a coaching program. If you can share a bit of your knowledge with people, they can see what you're like, what your energy's like, how you teach, then it's a really good way to get new clients as well. So that might be something you feel called to do soon too, to create your own masterclass. You could record it and then sell the recording as well, just to make some passive income too. Next, we have got business books. So business books are a great way to learn new information, and it doesn't really cost a lot, just the cost of the book. Business books can be on all sorts of different topics, like practically how to set up and start a business, how to do different areas of business like copywriting, social media, that kind of thing. Could be more self-development, spiritual types of books. Books on money and abundance, that kind of thing. There's so many out there. So it could be that you're already reading business books to help you develop and move forward in business. And this card is just saying that that's definitely the right thing to do. If you're feeling unmotivated or a little bit lost, then I would say just getting some books right now is a really good way to get yourself motivated and inspired again. I'll put some links in the description below of some books that I'm reading right now. I like the Love-Based Business books by Michelle PW. You can get them on Amazon. I like Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise Thomas for abundance, money, work. I'm reading Let Them by Mel Robbins, which is just a good all-round self-development book to stop getting so wound up by other people. So there's plenty out there that you can read to really get a boost without it costing a lot of money. This could also be guidance that you might want to write your own book to at some point. Maybe your business journey, what you've learned, that kind of thing. And I feel like that would be really helpful for other people. Okay, so finally from my deck, we've got training. So again, my cards have two meanings. This is talking about doing a training course at this time to learn new skills, to help you move forward in business. It will be a good investment. There could be a course that you've already seen that's really pulling you in, calling to you. You might be questioning whether to spend the money on it, but I do feel like if you're seeing this, that this would be a really good investment. It can also get you motivated and inspired again. This could be an in-person training or online if you're doing some sort of online course. You might also feel called to be putting your own training and courses out there at this time. Again, that this could mean you setting up events in person. You could be doing online training. This links in with the masterclass. So I feel like that's a double message because we've got these two cards. So there's definitely energy around you training people, which I feel like is gonna be enjoyable for you and also help you to bring in new clients as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the next deck, which is the Sacred Creators Oracle. I've linked all the decks I'm using below if you want to use the cards for yourself. All right, so the first card from this deck we have is Changes. Just looking at the symbolism, I feel like it's time for you to step out of your comfort zone, which is what's happening here with the image, just these leaves kind of escaping the structure that they're in and going out of the boundary of their comfort zone. So this is quite a powerful card. I feel like you are going through a lot of changes right now. Some might be good, some might be challenging. This is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot. So I feel like you're at a turning point. I feel like you're at the end of one cycle and at the beginning of another, if that makes sense. But this is a good, positive card. It's talking about a positive outcome, good luck, karma, and destiny, and the unfolding of your soul path. So you could be going through a bit of an awakening at the moment. Often this comes about through challenging situations. This could be relationship challenges, business challenges. You could have lost somebody, that kind of thing, which is really forcing you to reassess everything. So I definitely feel like your luck is about to change, Pyle too, okay? There's opportunities coming in, but you need to be able to step outside of your comfort zone, not be afraid to try something new and to welcome in self-improvement and challenges, new experiences, all those kind of things. This could be linked into you stepping out and training people. If you're already training people, this could be you stepping up and doing that at a bigger level. It's almost giving me like the situation you're in right now, it's too small for you. You need to be thinking bigger, okay? So be prepared to amp things up. It's very much a luck energy though. So I feel like, yeah, put the work in, but this is about being at the right place at the right time, synchronicities, maybe meeting people that are going to help you along your path. It's not all about what you're doing, if that makes sense. But you're definitely on the edge of big changes. Obviously, that can feel uprooting, that can feel difficult, challenging, but it's a really good time right now to let go of the old things that don't work anymore, ideas about the future that are too small for where you're going, that kind of thing. So this is very positive. And then we've got choose who you are becoming, which I feel ties in with this really well. We've got the signs here. I feel like going backwards and forwards. What are you going to do at this time? Are you going to go backwards or stay where you are? Or are you going to choose the path forward? Again, I feel like you're at like a crossroads, a turning point, a choice point here. You could have been struggling to make some sort of a choice, just staying where you are because making the choice was too difficult. But I feel like you know that that choice has to be made. You need to make the choice that's going to make you grow into the best version of yourself, Pile 2, okay? I want to remind you that you're multi-talented, you're creative, and you can literally choose who you want to be. If things have been really difficult in business, that might seem a bit difficult to hear because you've probably been doing positive things, trying really hard. And if that hasn't been working, you might be like, how can I choose when I feel like the universe isn't listening to me? It could be that you have lots of goals, lots of projects, and this card is basically asking you just to choose one goal at this time to work on instead of overwhelming yourself with lots of different things that you want to achieve. But this is definitely all about forward movement, about taking action. If you don't do that, you're making a choice to stay in the same place, which isn't going to move you on. So I feel like there is a combination going on here for you. After watching this, you're going to feel more lucky and things are going to start moving forward. So the two together is great because that's where the magic is. It's not all about luck. It's not all about you having to do everything. There's a mixture of the two. Remember that inaction is the opposite of what you want to build, okay? So start making the small baby steps. Start putting yourself out there again if you haven't been. It might be that your goals are shifting and changing. What you thought you wanted, you don't really want anymore. So maybe you could vision board on that and see what it is that you want currently, just to update those goals. There have been delays recently as well, which weren't your fault. So just try and let go of that so you can move forward. But yeah, this is definitely about committing to the path ahead and things changing for the better, which I love. Okay, now we're going to get some soul coaching cards. These cards just have one word on them, but they can be really helpful just to give us a bit of a boost. Okay, so this is really positive. We have got the card of abundance and we've also got acceptance. So I love the abundance card. We've got all these hot air balloons taking off. It's a bit like Cappadocia in Turkey where you can see all the hot air balloons. Really like this symbolism, which is symbolizing abundance right now. Just so many things about to take flight, take off. And just more abundance coming into you, Pile 2, which I feel like you really deserve, especially if you've been through a hard time. So the abundance card is all about opening yourself up to receive because abundance is waiting to come flooding in, okay? It's like you've been planting the seeds and you're waiting for the fruit for the tree to bear fruit. So just keep going because I don't feel like you're going to have to wait much longer for this abundance to come in for you. Abundance isn't just about money. It can be also about having more energy, time, and love in your life. It's really important for you to have faith right now, to have trust and release any fear of loss or lack, okay? Which we can get into if we haven't been getting a lot of work, if things have been quiet, or you've had unexpected bills, that kind of thing. Don't be afraid to give to others because I feel like you will receive back what you give out. And this has definitely got the energy of windfall. So it could be that there's unexpected money coming in, which you just didn't have on your radar, which is going to help as well. Again, I get the feeling that a vision board could be a really good thing to do right now for your business, just to keep you on track, to keep you in alignment with what you want to achieve. But this is really positive. And then we've got acceptance. So I feel like if there has been difficult stuff going on, it's just a case now of accepting what happened, which can be really difficult and take a lot of time, and taking the lessons from it. And I feel like this is just going to help you to move forward, like this figure here, like she's just opening her arms and embracing everything. So by accepting what's happened, you are going to move forward. This is also talking about accepting yourself and all parts of yourself. You may have been kind of wondering why you're different, why you don't fit in, and feeling sad about that, but really embrace how unique and amazing you are, what makes you different, okay? And you're going to just feel so much better about things. This is also about allowing yourself to receive, same as the abundance card, because you're worthy, Pyle 2. You're worthy of all of this good stuff. Every experience that you've had, even the bad ones, has got you to where you are today. There's no wrong experiences in life, okay? Everything is just a learning experience, a learning opportunity, okay? It happened to help you to evolve, to help you get to do what you're supposed to do. Probably if you're watching this, that's about helping people. And I just want to remind you that you're really remarkable. You are amazing, okay? And the more you accept yourself, the more you'll help others to do the same thing as well. And the more you accept yourself, you're going to feel more fulfillment, more peace, which is, you know, the goal too. The affirmation is, I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself as I am. I feel like this fits in with choose who you're becoming as well. You could be choosing just to have more acceptance of yourself, especially you may have recently been diagnosed with ADHD, a neurodivergent condition, physical or mental health challenges. That can be really difficult to process and accept. I know it was for me. Accepting a disability after years of believing that you weren't is a massive challenge. So I feel like your guides are saying the more you can accept that, the easier things will get instead of fighting against everything, if that makes sense. Okay, so next let's get 2 abundance cards and then we'll get a self-care card to finish. Okay, so our first card from this deck is Take a Divinely Guided Chance. So I really feel like this ties in with what's already been said about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking more risks. I feel like you're definitely at crossroads and it's going to be important for you to take that risk at this point, because all positive change and success involves a degree of risk, okay? This is about following your guidance, divinely guided chance. So it could be that you're getting signs, nudges to do something new. This could be linked to business. This could be also, you might be wanting to move. You might be wanting to leave a relationship, some sort of partnership, something that is no longer appropriate for you, okay? That can be hard to leave what's comfortable and familiar, but I just feel like that's really necessary right now based on what else has come out of this reading. And by doing that, it makes room for new and more meaningful opportunities. So this is a repeated message. So hopefully this is going to give you the nudge to take that chance, to take that risk, because I really do think it will pay off. And then we have gratitude list as well. So gratitude is a great way to get more abundance into your life, which can be really difficult if things have been crappy, to be grateful, okay? But there's always something to be grateful for. I use an app called Gratitude Jar where you can record any good things that happen to you. So something like that's a really easy way to get into the habit of having a gratitude practice. You can also, at the end of every day, write down 5 good things that happened or 5 things that you're grateful for as well. Have that journal next to your bed so that becomes a daily practice, because this helps you to be centered instead of fixating on your worries, okay? And this is really transformative if you do this practice. It helps you realize just how much we have instead of what we don't have. I feel like this is tying into the acceptance card as well, because it's kind of like accepting what you have instead of thinking about what you don't yet have as well. So yeah, this kind of practice is definitely worth doing, or just kind of sitting and meditating for 5 minutes a day and just really feeling into, you know, the positives, even if they're really small. I think will really help. So let's get a self-care card to finish. Okay, so our self-care card is clear your energy field. Okay, so we have the figure on the card. She's burning sage. We've got the aura shown as well. So she's clearing her energy. And I feel like this is really appropriate based on what's come out. Just about, you know, making these big changes, being at a turning point, choosing to move forward at this time. So I feel like it's important for you to clear your energy field, to let go of those things that might have been holding you back. There could have been people around you that were making things difficult. You might just want to shift the energy in your house. You can do that by using sage or incense, going into each room and just saging. The rooms can be really helpful, just to say to the universe that you're ready for something new. Get rid of that old energy. You might also want to go and get some sort of energy healing, like Reiki, just to really get rid of any old energy that might be holding you back. Clear everything out so you're ready to step into the new, to make these changes, to become this new person that you're stepping into. Often we have energy blocks, energy leaks in our field, in our aura. So clearing our field can help let go of any emotions or stories that no longer serve us. A really easy way to start with this as well is just by doing some breath work, visualizing yourself being surrounded by white or golden light, and using things like sage, palo santo, incense, crystals as well are really great for clearing your energy field too. You know that your energy is being cleared when you can feel like a weight lifting from your shoulders, and you can feel more peace in your body as well. And as I said, you can go to a Reiki healer for some sort of energy work session, which I really feel like is going to clear everything out and get you ready for this new path that you're stepping into, for these changes that are going to happen, and to get you ready for more abundance coming into your life as well. Yeah, I love this reading for you, Pyle, too. I love all the self-development happening here. We don't normally get 3 self-development cards. Normally there might be a marketing card from my deck or some sort of abundance card. But I feel like you're massively developing right now. Big changes going on. Lots of abundance coming in, but it's about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, and also accepting yourself more. Stop fighting against yourself, and that's massively going to help things to shift as well. So let me know in the comments if this resonated. I'd be really grateful for the feedback. I've put the link below to the Oracle card deck if you like the look of it, and to the other decks in this reading if you're looking to get a new deck for yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So hi and welcome if you chose Pile 3 for your business reading. So this is some blue dyed quartz, which might have helped you to choose. And we're going to use 5 decks in this reading. I'm going to be using my deck, the Business Oracle for Female Entrepreneurs, another business deck, a soul coaching deck, a money and abundance deck, and a self-care deck. So we're going to get some good all-around general guidance. So let's get started. If you like the video and the guidance that comes through, please don't forget to leave a comment. I would really appreciate your feedback, and like and subscribe. So let's get 3 cards from my deck, the Business Oracle. So we've got declutter. Okay, so it's a business deck, but there is a big self-care section because self-care is so important when we're self-employed. It's so easy to burn out. So the declutter card is just all about decluttering your space. This could be your office space, your desk, your house in general. You might have loads of stuff that you need to get rid of. And energetically, if we have like a cluttered space or house, it can just block the energy and new things coming in. So this is a really good time just to clean and clear your space. Do like a big clean if you feel like it's needed. Look at your stuff, figure out what you might be able to sell, what you can donate to charity shops, what you can throw out. And I feel like this is going to really shift up your energy and give you a good boost to move forward. This can also be about decluttering your mind as well. So if you feel like your mind has been chaotic, if there's been too much going on, It might just be a good time to try and do some meditation every day, a yoga practice, get off screens, get off your phone so much, and just really try and get some more peace in your mind, because I feel like that's going to help you to get new ideas, to have more energy, that kind of thing. So it's definitely time for a good declutter, and I definitely feel like you're going to feel lighter after that. So next we got the card reading card, which is funny because you're here watching a card reading. When this card comes out, it's normally a good idea to actually go and get yourself a reading. This doesn't need to be just about business. It could be that you're having relationship issues, money issues. So it might be that you would really benefit from some sort of personalized in-depth reading. I offer them. I'll put the link in the description if that sounds like something you would want. Having a reading, having something like a business reading can really help you to get clear on where you're going. It can help you to identify blocks, know what to let go of to move forward. A business reading can even help you to know how to attract your ideal clients, what kind of products and services to offer, how to market your business, those kinds of things as well. So I'll put a link in the description below if that sounds like something that you would benefit from. This card, when it comes out in a reading, it's also a kind of sign that you would be good at card reading. You might already read cards. You might have tarot decks, oracle card decks, that kind of thing. You might be completely new to this. So this card coming out is a bit of a nudge to maybe get yourself your own deck. You could go on Amazon and just look at all the different oracle and tarot decks there and see if anything appeals to you. My deck might appeal to you. So I feel like you would be good at oracle card reading, Pyle 3. So if you're already a reader, I feel like just kind of step up your card reading, maybe learn a new type of reading if you can. Start to get paid for reading instead of maybe just doing it for family or friends. And if you're completely new to card reading, then get yourself a deck or a couple of decks and start playing around. The oracle card decks generally have a guidebook which will teach you how to read the cards, and there'll be card spreads in the guidebook as well, so you can do more in-depth readings. But I feel like card reading is going to play a part in your business journey. It can help you to connect with your intuition. It can confirm what you already know you need to do, but you might be procrastinating. So you could pull yourself a daily card, and it often what happens with me is the same card keeps coming out if I'm procrastinating or ignoring something that I need to do. Okay, so it can really help you to make decisions. And then finally, we have the dreaded accounts card, okay? So this is just a bit of a nudge to make sure your accounts are up to date, Pyle 3. Often we get really busy, we forget to do this, but if you can kind of have a monthly check-in, make sure you have your invoices and receipts in a safe place. That's really going to help you when it comes around to doing a tax return and stop you from getting really stressed out and worried about the whole thing, which is what I often do. This could be a sign, if you've been in business for a while, to maybe get a bookkeeper or an accountant to help you to do your books, to do your taxes, especially if it's something that you really hate doing. If you're not a fan of numbers and it just stresses you out a lot, you could delegate that to somebody to do so you don't have to worry about it. So I like that we've got a good mix of cards from my deck there. I feel like all three cards can really help you to move forward. Declutter, clearing your energy. Card reading, just to give you guidance on how to move forward. And then the account side of things, just to get rid of that stress. Because it can be really stressful. And if you're new to business, tax returns aren't particularly that fun, I guess, unless you're an accountant. Okay, so we're now going to get to Sacred Creators cards, which is another business deck that I used a lot before making my own deck. So this card just came out for another pile. So we've got choose who you are becoming. Okay, we have like a signpost there. I feel like you're at a crossroads, Pyle 3. I feel like you can stay where you are. You might feel sometimes like you get dragged backwards, but I do feel like there is the opportunity at this time for big forward movement. And this is about making a decision that that's the direction you want to go in, okay? I feel like this is about stopping playing small as well. It could be that you have been in a comfort zone, you have felt scared to go out of that comfort zone, and now is a really good time to start stepping out, to take risks, to try new things, and that's going to help you to move forward. I think often if we don't make a choice and we just stay where we are, we can still keep ticking over, but it's not going to get you the rewards that you're looking for. I just want to remind you that you're multi-talented and you're very creative, and you deserve to have your dream, you know, to get what you want. So this is just about making moves, taking actions as you chase your dreams. I feel like you could be working on lots of different goals, and this card is saying right now just choose one thing to get done, okay? Otherwise you might be feeling blocked and you're probably working towards too many things at once. So if you just choose one thing, that's going to help you to move forward. When that's done, you can move on to something else, okay? If you have choices to make and you're not making a choice for whatever reason, you're making the choice to stay in the same place. So that inaction's the opposite of what you want to build. This is just a bit of a kick up the bum to go after what you want at this time. You don't need to be scared, okay? Playing it safe is fine at some points, but I feel like now is really the time to step onto an extraordinary path, not just staying on like an average trajectory, okay? You can reflect on what you have learnt on the path that you've already walked. But I feel like you might have been playing too small, and it's time to really step out of your comfort zone. You could do a business vision board and just set bigger goals at this time, because I just feel like you're meant for more, pile 3. The next card, we've got light in the unexpected. So it's a dark card, it's a black card. I feel like you might have been going through a tough time. It might have felt very difficult, like you wanted to give up or not even get started. This is kind of like the Tower card in tarot. So it's talking about things being unpredictable, feeling chaotic, sudden changes happening as well. And things might feel like they're falling apart, but I feel like this is going to make way for new light coming in, a positive new experience, okay? I feel like this Tower moment, this chaos is going to bring in new opportunities that you can't see yet. Challenging times can really polish us, you know, like a diamond gets polished. And if you've been through a challenging time, I feel like there's real lessons in that. There's jewels in that you can use to help other people. You can talk about what you've been through and how you came through it, and that's going to really resonate with people that might be going through the same thing, and that you can help them, okay? It could be that your perspective on something is kind of negative. You could have been looking at things wrong. You might need to flip something on its head to see the positives in it. So what's the silver lining, pile 3, and what's going on right now, okay? Because there's definitely a silver lining. Even if you felt like things were out of your control, even if you felt shaken, okay? This can also talk about hiding your true nature because of what's socially acceptable. So if you have like a mission or ideas and your business is doing something very different, you might have got really discouraged, but I feel like this is just asking you to carry on with that at this time, because I feel like you are a light worker. You're here to shed light on things. You're here to shine a light to help people who might be in the darkness, okay? And that's going to take you being your true self, not diluting yourself down to be like other coaches, teachers, those kinds of people, okay? Yep. So I feel like these are both quite powerful cards. Just making a choice about who you're going to be in your business and how you're going to shine your light at this time, using the chaotic times, the difficult times, to take those lessons and to maybe share them with other people to give them hope, if that makes sense. Right, let's get to soul coaching cards for some more guidance. First of all, we got freedom. So I really feel like you're stepping into a time where you're going to have more freedom. Usually one of the reasons why we go into business is to have more freedom over our day, over what we do, over our schedules, that kind of thing, more free time to spend with our family. Sometimes it can feel like the opposite. Sometimes it can feel like we're working more than when we were employed. Okay, but this card coming out makes me think that you are going to be getting more freedom. This could mean more money coming in, which is going to give you more freedom to do more things, to invest back in your business. I feel like this is about freedom to be you as well, which has already been mentioned, okay, to express yourself, to show who you really are to people. Okay, this could be on socials, being daring, being unpredictable, that kind of thing, really showing your true self, because you're not here to be ordinary, okay? Don't allow yourself to be trapped by other people's expectations. You can choose your life on your own terms. I love this. Choose who you are becoming. You can choose, pile 3. You really can at this time. Get rid of any shoulds and replace that with could. Sometimes we're not always free to create the exact circumstances of our life, but we get to decide what meaning we give to things, okay? So this really, I just feel like there's this big energy of breaking free. So this could be a new direction in your business. This could be linked into relationships, like letting go of people that are no longer in alignment anymore. Financial freedom, just this big energy of the new coming in. And because it's on the declutter card as well, I was also talking about decluttering your energy there as well. So I feel like these 3 cards are linked. But yeah, just letting your spirit be free and doing what you want, not caring about what other people think anymore, which is a big part of business, and doing your own thing, okay? And we've also got the awakening card as well. So pile 3, I feel like you are going through some sort of awakening, and the fact that this is on the like tower card, often if we go through a difficult period, it is leading us to some sort of awakening, to some sort of big shift, to some sort of new direction. Again, I feel like you're stepping into who you came here to be, pile 3, linking in with these cards. This is about awakening your power and potential, taking action. You could be becoming more spiritually awake at this time as well. You might be led to be reading more spiritual books, using oracle and tarot, other spiritual tools to go deeper within your spirituality as well. This is very much a destiny card, awaken to your higher self. And it appears when you're ready to be more aware, to see the world as it really is, to take off any blinders that you might have had on as well, to see what's really important in your life, okay? And to just become awake to how things work more, you know, to how energy works as well, because I think a lot of us in business, we think that if we keep working really hard and pushing ourselves all the time, that's the route to success. But, you know, if you're a business owner with ADHD or mental health, physical health challenges, we need to have those periods and cycles of rest where we go within, and, you know, we're expected just to be on all the time. And yeah, you can go, I've definitely tried that, and I just ended up burning out. So this, you know, you could be awakening to ways of doing business that work for you, and, you know, it isn't the accepted or done way of doing things as well. These are 2 really powerful cards. So yeah, I feel like there's a huge shift going on. It's probably been very challenging, but it's all for your benefit. But let's get to abundance cards now, just to give us some guidance on that area. So we have got 7 vows of poverty. Okay, so this could be a whole new phrase to you. This is just talking about lack mentality, that kind of aspect of abundance mindset where you could be giving yourself less than you deserve. This phrase is kind of linked into past life stuff. So the kind of thing that people say is that in past lives we could have taken vows of poverty. You could have been like some sort of a nun where you chose not to live with any material possessions, that kind of thing, which might sound a bit out there if you're new to this. Could be stuff from childhood as well, where we pick up stuff from our parents about money, that we can't afford things, and that can stick with us throughout adulthood as well. But it's saying there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Really look at where you're denying yourself, where you're speaking out loud about money that is negative, okay? Like, it could be true, but it's important to really be aware of how you're talking about money, how you're handling money, because money is an energy, and if we aren't treating money well, then it's going to respond to that by probably keeping us in a lax state, okay? So as we become more aware of our actions around money, we'll start to change. When we become more positive, have a more positive relationship with it as well. So that's just a bit of guidance there around abundance mindset. And then our second abundance card is have the courage to ask for and accept help. So again, these cards are kind of very much about energy. So it could be that you find it difficult to accept help, pile 3. It could be that you're the kind of person that is very independent. You do everything yourself. You are very self-sufficient. But asking for help's a sign of strength, okay? And by getting help from other people, we're receiving abundance. Often people do want to help as well. This is also about having an equal energy exchange. So you might be the kind of person that's helping others all the time and not accepting help in return. So you're really out of alignment with that energy. So it's important to balance out the amount of help you're giving with the amount of help you're receiving. Something that's coming into my mind is, you know, if you're doing a job, a business where you're giving out a lot to other people, like some sort of therapist, like, make sure you have a coach or somebody that can help you to work through things as well. Make sure you're like going for treatments to help your body and mind, like regular treatments, that kind of thing. Asking people in your family for help so it frees up more time for you, or something like getting a cleaner so you have more time to do other things, you know, delegating more. And this is just going to help business to be easier for you if you can ask for and accept help as well. And finally, let's get a self-care card to tie all this up. And we have got health checkup. So this isn't anything to panic about. This card is just talking about making sure that you are up to date with your health, pile 3. So this can often come out if you've been putting something off, like going to the dentist, going to the doctors about something. You might have felt like you've been too busy to do that. But this is definitely going to give you peace of mind. It's going to give you more information if you need it as well. It's something where you are prioritizing your health and not just sweeping things under the carpet that might need to be dealt with. This card can also talk about alternative health as well. So working with professionals who are into holistic wellness, like a holistic nutritionist, you could be guided towards working with herbal medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, those kind of things. So this doesn't necessarily just have to mean traditional health checkup. This could mean you going to another kind of practitioner, shamanic practitioner, that kind of thing, if you have an ongoing issue. But it's important to remember that that isn't a substitute for actual like GP kind of checkup as well. I think if we're feeling well, we don't think we necessarily need to go and get anything checked, but it's important to, you know, keep up with the dental appointments, that kind of thing, because that'll avoid anything going wrong or ending up in pain when you could have prevented that. And this card can also just mean as well, just, you know, making sure we're drinking enough water, eating enough nutritional food, or getting good sleep as well. So it's just like a general health card to tie everything together. to remind you that health is wealth. Health, it should be a priority and not just something at the bottom of the list of things to do. Because if we don't have our health, we have nothing, okay? So it's about doing the little things that help us to be healthy, making sure we're up to date with our health. And then if we're not feeling great, because often you can't really go to the GP and say, my aura feels off or my chakras feel blocked, unfortunately, yet. So, you know, that's just about being aware. If you could do with a Reiki treatment, a holistic massage, or looking into other forms of holistic treatments that might help you as well at this time, especially if you've been going through a lot of stress. Going for healing treatments can really help you to let go of that and to move forward as well, because you've got so much coming in, which is really amazing. Stepping onto this bigger path, stepping out of a chaotic period and just being this shining light, this light worker, and the freedom, so much more freedom coming in as well. The awakening, maybe using more spiritual tools in your business, which will help you move forward too. So I really hope that you enjoyed this reading, Pile 3, and it's going to help you to move forward. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment if this resonated. I would really love to hear what resonated with you as well. And I'll put the links to my Oracle card deck and to my business readings below too, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.